Hello, I'm Tony Hegarty, and I'd like to read you two of my poems. The first one, which is really a love poem, it's interesting, I think, because it's interesting that older men should have love affairs, and it's also a gay poem, though you might not conclude that, but it's an important theme in the poem. And it's in two parts. The first part is very much a very simple love poem, and then it flows into the second part, and I'm not going to pause between the two, into what is a development of the initial love poem. Thoughts about it, if you like. It's called A Psalm for David. At a turning in the road, we pause. A new encounter marked by your standing still. Participation in the soul's dialectic. And love is my curious attentiveness to the voice of your gentle trust. And the land rolling away before us, where the eye expands to the limitless sky. So beautiful at this turning to me, at this turning in the road, where our lips' alignment give form to all that sacred scripture of your heart's unfolding. At a turning in our road, we move closer in the journey from estrangement and kiss at a turning in the road. Later, by the log fire, at the circle in the woods, you stayed and stayed until holding hands we two were all alone among the embers glowing. My Aussie friend had warned me. You were straight. He has a girlfriend, mate. You countered with outstretched hands, wobbling them unsteady like a ship at sea. A gesture meant to mean liberality of choice, but in effect, I knew, betrayed a gentle stasis, a lack of some aggressive gene you wrongly thought was needed to be straight. I helped you out, I think, to see the path you later took, rejecting that you ever stayed conscious of intent or just gestured as I knew you did. I was left hurt, holding the move you'd made, unsure of all I thought I'd seen, jealously loving, not wise like you, but being wrought, perplexed in the extreme. Before I go on to the next one, perhaps I should say that I meant to say at the beginning of that poem that those last two lines, as some people will notice, are actually a quote from Shakespeare, from Shakespeare's Othello. So if you read it, it's in quotation marks. It's not a plagiarism. So the second poem, which is shorter, and is called Moment of Grace. And it's simply an autumn moment caught in a split second during breakfast. And I've tried to avoid desperately, I've had to revise it several times, all those romantic connotations we have with great poems about autumn. So I hope I've cut that out. Moment of Grace. Between gulps of coffee and groans about the fuck-up with the keys last night, my eye catches through the small cottage window the struggling form of something. All around the garden, bits of debris, a moulded leaf, some shredded particle of Turkish straw from the repaired thatch ridge, or small feather that lined a now abandoned nest, are getting trapped in webs the spider left. I watch, distracted from your voice, a weakening crane fly struggle with its short remains of life. You turn and look. Get up, go out and rescue it. I watch it rise into the October sky. What in the wonder of crane-fly consciousness could explain this pass from death to life? In all its fairy-winged gatherings on late summer nights, what whispered myth in its pinprick consciousness could it possibly entertain to explain this? And I, in all my shared consciousness of my borrowed imagination, am dumb with wonder, dumb to wonder. Do I even know the moment when, like her, my spirit's free? Thank you.